Hello everybody, Hunter Gilstrap here for GK4FREE, here with another tutorial. This time we're going to talk about diving, specifically body shape for diving, and we're going to show you low dives and medium height dives and sort of the difference between the two. But specifically, again, looking at body shape as it relates to our 3-cone and our line. So I start here with a little footwork. So this is the same shift lateral footwork that we've put out there so far. If you'll notice, I'm doing this little touch the outsides of my feet, so that I can force myself to hinge and drop my head low. Not sitting down in the chair, not sitting down in a deep knee bend. This is going to really allow me to keep my good body shape without having to step with a big diagonal step forward, which is kind of how we all learned. So again, I'm just going to shift. My back foot moves first onto my left. As I do that, my head drops forward, getting really low, and that's going to put my armpit down on top of my knee of my stepping leg. And then from there, I just push. And again, I don't need a big, huge lateral step. Here you'll see a different angle. And again, the little footwork, the prep, there's the shift. Here's the shift and touch. And that's kind of how we teach it, right? And from that shift and touch, you hold in that low position. You push right into the ground, keeping that bottom hand down along the ground, and then hand shape, one behind, one on top. Very simple. And this is kind of how, again, we come up with sort of a one-size-fits-all approach to shot stopping using our little 3-cone set. The 2 back cones behind me, those are we're trying to dive in front of those, but also trying to keep our head and hands in front of the line the whole time. And again, you can also see that it's easy for me to adjust out and back depending on where the ball goes. Now we're going into medium height, so the only thing that really changes, the footwork's the same. This time we just don't have to drop so low, so we're not touching the sides of our feet. Our head's just going to go whatever height the ball is. Footwork's exactly the same. And again, I try to keep my head, hands, and ball all in front of the line the whole time. My foot should not have to step over that line. That's kind of where this changes from the way that I was taught, and I think the way it's taught more universally is that you take a big diagonal step forward to try to dive forward. We're not having to do that. We're still saving forward with a positive line, right? But our feet are just moving laterally. There's maybe a tiny little step forward, but we're not taking a big forward step, because I think that big forward step is actually what eats up all your time and starts to force you really to dive backwards. And here we've got basically the same footwork that we had for stand-up catching. Again, we're trying to get towards a sort of one-size-fits-all approach. And again, you'll still lose shape as you get fully extended, but within these orange cones, I think we should be able to keep body shape. That's the idea here. And again, the other thing you'll notice here is I'm cheating a little bit. This serve's coming from about 6 yards away. My feet are actually starting to move slightly before he kicks it. Part of that's because of the distance. Part of that's because I'm old and slow and need all the help that I can get. But the idea would be that you'd be set, ball would be struck, then you'd move your feet like this instead of your old school step. And service credit here to Dylan Janoski, our 2005 keeper.